Stage of the churning Red Sea, Moses faced the impossible. With unwavering faith, Moses raised his staff toward the heavens. The sea churned. The Lord miraculously parted the waters, creating a path of dry land through the deep. Moses guided his trembling people through the towering walls of water. He led them away from slavery. The people looked up at Moses with hope. They had been slaves for so long. Now they were walking to freedom. The children stared in amazement. The elderly shuffled along, leaning on their staffs. Moses walked at the front, his face determined. He knew the journey would be long and hard. But he also knew that God was with them. The Egyptian army watched from the shore. They were furious that their slaves were escaping. They prepared to follow them into the sea. But Moses knew that God would protect his people. As the last of the Israelites reached the other side, he raised his staff once more. The walls of water crashed down, engulfing the Egyptian army. The Israelites were safe. They had been delivered from slavery. They rejoiced and sang praises to God. Moses led them on toward the promised land. The journey was long and arduous. They faced many challenges along the way. But Moses never lost faith. He continued to guide his people with wisdom and courage. He taught them about God's laws and commandments. He showed them how to live in peace and harmony. The people learned to trust in God. They learned to rely on each other. They grew stronger as a nation. After many years of wandering, they finally reached the border of the Promised Land. Moses climbed to the top of Mount Nebo. From there, he could see the land that God had promised to his people. He knew that his time was near. He gathered the people together and gave them his final instructions. He told them to be faithful to God. He told them to love one another. He told them to keep God's commandments. Then, he blessed them and said goodbye. Moses died that day on Mount Nebo. But his legacy lived on. His courage marked the beginning of a journey toward the Promised Land. It was a journey toward true liberty. Joshua took over as the leader of the Israelites. He led them into the Promised Land. They conquered their enemies and settled in the land. They built cities and farms. They lived in peace and prosperity. They remembered the story of Moses and the Red Sea. They taught it to their children and grandchildren. The story became a symbol of hope and freedom. It reminded them that God is always with them, and that with faith, anything is possible.